Ravens Rundown is sponsored by Mint Mobile. Plans starting at just $15 a month on America's largest 5G network. Sign up now at mintmobile.com/chatsports. We bring you breaking news for the second edition of the Ravens Rundown today, as the Baltimore Ravens have signed free agent wide receiver Desean Jackson. That is according to ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter reporting this afternoon. We told you on yesterday's show that the Ravens were going to work out Desean Jackson at 35 years old. Here's the tweet from Schefter that confirmed that he signed and had the workout today, according to Jackson's agent, Drew Rosenhaus. This means that Desean Jackson will be playing his 15th season in the National Football League and do so with the Baltimore Ravens. And we've talked a lot over the last couple of months, the lack of depth at the wide receiver position for the Baltimore Ravens. And in a moment, I wanted to dive into why they made this move and what has gone down for the Ravens the last couple of weeks at the receiver position. We'll dissect all of this and more. But Lamar Jackson gets some help. He needed some. Is this the answer? That remains to be seen. But I want to hear from you guys. What's your one-word reaction to the Ravens signing Desean Jackson? Let me know in the comments section. My one word would be finally. Something. Maybe my one word, maybe I'll backtrack that from finally. Something might be my one word. Not the perfect solution. Not bad, but it's something. I'll react more in just a second with more than just one word, but I want to hear directly from you guys. Let me know in the comments section what your one word is to the signing of Desean Jackson in the comments section below. The resume for Desean Jackson includes 3 Pro Bowl appearances from 2009 to 2010, also in 2013, and he holds the NFL career records for touchdowns of 60-plus and 80 yards. And in his 15-year career, we've seen Jackson play for Philadelphia, for Washington, Tampa Bay, and most recently last year, he spent time with the Rams and the Las Vegas Raiders. And you may be wondering at this point, at that age, at 35 years old, 15 years in, why Desean Jackson? Of the options that were available, and granted there weren't many on the free agent market at this point in time, Odell Beckham is still not 100% healthy. He's still got a ways to go. Why Desean Jackson? And this is what this comes down to. I point to one statistic. Whether you like the signing or not, this is why they've made this move. In 2021, just last year, Desean Jackson averaged a career high of 22.7 yards per catch. So, even at his age, and even though the numbers have not necessarily been great the last few years, he still has some raw speed. He still has a deep threat ability, and that's missing in this Ravens offense right now. You look at what Desean has done the last few years, it hasn't necessarily been great. 454 yards receiving last year, 236 and 159 the year prior. 2018 was the last really good season he had with 774 yards and 4 touchdowns. But you can see that he is still a threat, that he can still be a decoy of sorts that defenses have to keep honest, that they have to keep aware of, that Desean Jackson, even still, at this point in time, still has a big playability of some sorts. I don't know how productive he'll be. I don't know how much this will work out. But at the end of the day, what I can tell you is that it still makes defenses aware that there's still a little something. I don't know if it's significant, if it's a large amount or not, but there is still a little something at the very least there with Desean Jackson at this point in time. So, grade the signing for me of Desean Jackson. A, B, C, D, or F. Get out those red pens. Tell me what you would grade this signing of the move the Baltimore Ravens made, adding a receiver for Lamar Jackson. Let me know in the comments section, A, B, C, D, or F, how you would grade the signing of bringing him to Baltimore. Today's show is sponsored by Mint Mobile. And with Mint Mobile, you can seamlessly switch between 5G and 4G LTE, whichever one is strongest. You don't have to worry about turning on airplane mode or any of that. You're going to be taken care of with Mint Mobile. With plans starting at just $15 a month, you can start saving today. Look, everybody's trying to cut costs, save money any way they can. And with Mint Mobile, why not start saving on your phone plan and still have great coverage in the process as well at America's largest 5G network? A great deal just for Ravens Rundown viewers. Start saving now. Plan starting at $15 a month at mintmobile.com/chatsports. That's mintmobile.com/chatsports to start saving today. So the depth chart for the Ravens right now at the receiver position, as you can see, Rashod Batmean is your number one guy, but he's been out the last couple weeks. Now, the Ravens do expect Batmean to be back this weekend, but beyond that, there's some big holes there. Devin Duvernay has had some moments here and there, but he's been inconsistent. D-Rob hasn't necessarily been what they signed up for, what they thought that they were getting. And then James Proche and Tylan Wallace, you might as well just put on a milk carton because they've been missing at this point. Here's the statistics the last couple of weeks at the receiver spot for the Ravens. And look, Mark Andrews is incredible in his own right. But beyond that, the last couple of weeks, there just hasn't been much. Isaiah Likely had 2 catches. He's still a rookie. He's still developing. D-Rob, under 30 yards receiving. Oliver, just 2 catches. Duvernay with 1 catch. There wasn't much there with this receiving core. They do expect to get Charlie Kolar, one of their rookie tight ends, back here pretty soon as well, so that will help. But, I mean, there's got to be more, right? And then you look at the numbers of the Cincinnati game that they won. Mark Andrews was great. Devin Duvernay played a decent game. But beyond that, again, there was nothing there. You had to find an answer of some sorts. Look, I don't know if Desean Jackson's that guy, what he still has left. But I can tell you this right now. The Ravens are not settling. They're not content just on this situation of riding with these guys. They knew they had to make moves. And what I'll say, too, as well on all this, besides just bringing in Desean Jackson here, I don't necessarily think this means the Ravens are done. I wouldn't rule out the possibility of them still trading and adding another wide receiver. As the trade deadline nears here in a couple weeks, if they find a deal they really like for some of the top receivers that we've talked about, the DJ Moores, the Jerry Judys of the world, you can still make that deal. Desean Jackson is a Band-Aid for this season. Some of the top receivers that are still on the trade market, that are still options out there, are more long-term. Desean Jackson doesn't stop you from still pursuing those guys. So I'll say this. The signing of Desean Jackson, I don't know if it's going to work or not. It seems like a Band-Aid. It shouldn't cost them too much for now, but it doesn't mean they won't add somebody else as well, a bigger name, a more long-term solution to that receiving core that needs help. We saw, without Rashod Batmean there was some big issues in that receiving core. Should they still trade for a wide receiver? Besides just bringing in Desean Jackson, should they bring in another player as well? If you think they should, type Y for yes. If not, type in for no. Let me know in the comments section if the Ravens should trade for a wide receiver. And, folks, this is why you subscribe to the Ravens Rundown. We have all the latest Baltimore Ravens news and rumors covered. It's all in one place. I dropped whatever I was doing because we had to get you this Baltimore Ravens news, breaking news coverage. I had to get this to you, and we had to react to it in real time here on the channel. That's what we do. We are built different here on the Ravens Rundown, covering your team each and every day, and we will see you next time here on Ravens Rundown. Have a great one. Thanks for joining us.